What is up, YouTube world? I'm Ashley D. Please be sure to like and subscribe to all. Everything that I state is allegedly, not a guaranteed fact, my own personal opinion and observation. And feel free, most importantly, to share this video as well. Now, I promise to keep you all posted if something occurred between Mr. Ed and Miss Lieonya. Well, a few things have changed, not anything too major. Not even a week after they announced that they were in this serious relationship, like as if we didn't think that they were this whole time. But anyways, I guess they made it Instagram and Facebook official. Mr. Ed went out of town with his friends allegedly, and someone hacked his phone and his page, and they posted a video of him sitting in a cab, I guess, allegedly, or a car with two females that are doing inappropriate things publicly to one another. However, he was able to get his page back, less than an hour. So, somebody hacked it and you're that good? You got back in there so quickly? Not to mention, people started accusing Mr. LaTruth, allegedly, of hacking in this man's phone. Like, this man's supposed to be a celebrity, opening doors for her she's never been in. But yet, Mr. LaTruth has more followers than him. Mr. LaTruth puts out more content than him. Mr. LaTruth stays more relevant than him. The only coattail he's been riding on is Miss Lieonya, and that's not going to last forever. Now, she goes to allegedly a BET award, she claimed, but it was sponsored, it looked like, by BET, and it wasn't very many people there that we recognized. It was a few people there, but nobody too major. Not to mention, she claimed that she got Influencer of the Year, but everyone's award that they were holding up said the same thing, similar to one another. How are you getting Influencer of the Year when you have not done anything to influence anyone? Not to mention, you have, if anything, lost a lot of followers. You haven't gained a lot of people. Your manager has set up everything from you, from magazines that people do not no longer buy, from news that people do not watch for real, from being on the radio and doing interviews. And then you have the nerves to get up there and say, thank you for me promoting positivity and staying positive, something of that nature. Girl, boo, what have you promoted that was so positive? Everything you have done has been condescending, backstabbing. You have climbed on someone's back to work your way up. Not to mention, you have the nerve to continue to say, God put Mr. Wu-Tang in your life. But what you fail to realize is, God don't bless no mess, baby. God is not going to approve of you in a marriage committing adultery openly. Not to mention in front of your kids, but in front of everyone that looks up to you, that you influence. God put you in a position to help people, not just to better yourself. And that's all you've been doing. Dancing on the camera, showing your love and affection to this man beyond the regular love. Like, you haven't even been with him that long. Even your song that you put up with you two riding on the scooter and him picking you up, that was inappropriate when it was so early on when you guys were talking, but you claimed it was a skit. That song basically said you would do anything for him. When he say it's over, it's not really over. Pay attention to that song, you guys. Like, it seemed kind of crazy for her to be feeling this way about somebody right away in a relationship. But yet you was in a abusive relationship allegedly for 6 years. So ask yourself this question. How can someone move on without being scared, insecure, and fragile to open up their heart to someone else like that? I would be so scared, not to mention to be so openly with this relationship if I was a DV victim, that this person that I stay 10 minutes away from, I'm just out here flossing in this relationship, not to mention going over there with him to drop your daughter off. Like, if he had a gun, allegedly, which he probably does and he should, don't you think this man would have came outside with them, had an attitude, constantly antagonized her? No, he's been moving on, trying to build himself back up from what she's tore down. He's been doing him. But everybody wants to say he had the time of day and he cares enough to hack into this man's phone, into his Instagram to post something. Be for real. Not to mention, Mr. Ed from day one had a motive. Go back through all his stuff. He had 5 likes, 3 likes. He had the nerve. He was in a little brief Adidas video. And earlier on, he said, if you go stand by this picture and take a picture, stand by this, I'll send something for you. I got something for you. Just take a picture and send it to me. What? That's just like when you having people try to buy your little bootleg merch and you talking about you'll follow them after that like you Denzel or somebody, boy. Please. Nobody is pressed for you to follow them. You're goofy. And the sad part is, I don't know if you guys were at the same convention of her when she had her magazine reveal. Because, you know, she like to be extra every time she does something. She pays and rent to room like it's just a major deal, spending money on absolutely nothing. Okay, so the guy that acts with Wayne, he was there. And Mr. Ed don't even know how to act like a man. He can't turn it off. This is the most unattractive, goofy man-child I've ever seen. He's talking to the man and he's continuing to open up them big old gums and them big old teeth, laughing loud to where the man kind of turns away. Like, okay, we laughing, but what are you laughing at so hard? It's not that serious, bro. That man needs to grow up. You have 4 kids and you expect this goofy man-child to be a role model and an influencer. You trying to brainwash us and let us think that he's good for your kids. No, if we're being real, he's good for you, allegedly sexually. That's all he's good for you for. He proved to us on camera what you like and how you like it when he was trying to touch all up on you in front of everybody. All you got to do is rub up on you, hit you sometime in open places, because that's who you are. We know who you are. But what about your kids? What are they going to benefit from him? And then you have the nerve to act like God brought this to you. So God brought someone to you to emotionally drain you, allow you to be insecure now. Because, you know, obviously he can't go on vacation without you because he's going to be into something. You two are both insecure with one another. I think it's more you than him. I think you want to be controlled. You like when he comes in there and take your phone from you because that makes you think he cares about you. When he does those things, you're weird. Now you feel like that's love. But down the line, you're going to use that against him. He was controlling too. I opened up to him and he did the same thing Robert did to me. Yeah, we're going to see that one coming. But anyhow, he deserved that to come because at the end of the day, he knew what he was stepping into. Any person that invites themselves into a relationship that's already been going on, let alone a marriage openly, and you interfere, this man has a child with this woman. This woman has done nothing but tear this man down, and you've been right there all along. Laughing, giggling, playing along, having a good time, spending the money, running the tab up. Everything on her is fine and dandy. Laugh now, cry later. That's what you don't realize, and that goes for both of you. Both of you have been clowns this whole time. And now she sees that this relationship really not going anywhere, but she's invested so much of her money, her time. She already put you out there in the spotlight. You're going to be good now, so you think, because you're not very entertaining. Nobody's checking for you to be in any shows or any movies or anything like that. You've branched off and made more based off of your credibility with this woman. And then imagine when she tears down, she loses her influencers and people not checking for her anymore. Then what? Then what? What are you going to do? How are you going to provide for this family of 4? You can't. You're not even mentally stable or prepared as a father figure, let alone a boyfriend. And that goes to show you how immature not only she is to think this man is ready for a relationship. You've left a relationship with a grown man that was about his business, that put you in a position to where you are now. How do you go from that to this man that jokes about everything, don't take you serious, laughing at your events loud and just so ghetto, obnoxious, makes everything about him. It has to be the center of attention. And then he's not even cute. And he dresses tacky. You went from sugar to, you know that. And the real people see that. And the people that's cheering you on, at the end of the day, they're cheering you on to your demise. If we're being real about it. They're laughing now. And then when you're crying later, they're going to be laughing then. But hey, that's on you. But the crazy thing about this whole situation is she and him are going to continue to stretch this on. When they get into it, you already know. She's speaking of God. He's speaking of God. The only time they bring God into their situation is when they're beefing. God is not anywhere near them when he's touching on her in public like that. When he's joking around with her doing inappropriate skits that everyone get mad at Mr. LaTrue for promoting his music. Well, that's the song he does. Just like everybody else creates songs like that, and nobody's having a problem, but everybody wants to speak up about him having women in his videos bouncing around. That's the kind of music it is. That's what's supposed to happen. What is her reason for creating a skit where this man was in a shower before they allegedly was in a relationship, and trust me, her kids were there? Or her love and basketball skit, everything is classless. And everyone cheers this on, and everyone is okay with that. Not to mention her 3 degrees. Oh, man. That was funny. So you were making $10 an hour with all 3 of these degrees. Wow. That right there is confirmation. This woman will go above and beyond to lie to prove her point. No one should ever put so much into an influencer who always contradicts themselves, who doesn't move by God but only speaks of God. You can't have it both ways. If you're a woman of God and God is leading you into the right direction, you will not do the things you do. You will get a divorce first before you continue on this relationship in front of your children. What type of example are you setting or leading? These are your kids. They're looking to you for that guidance. Right now, the father figure is not in the household and not around. You have this goof truth man who you're taking care of. You picking up a 5th responsibility. And you're okay with that because you can't sit alone with yourself and think. A clear mind is the best mind. You can't spend time alone with yourself because you don't know who you are. And you're scared to go that deep within. You know you are a bad person. So you have to have all these yes men around you. All these people cheering you on to do all these things that you are pretending that are so great and amazing. That God is working through doing for you. No, sweetheart. God doesn't bless drama. God doesn't bless chaos. God is a God of order and discipline. And you have neither. You're all over the place. Please leave your opinion down below what you think. I cannot believe she finally put those degrees up, but they were from a distance. If you had all those degrees, sweetheart, you will not be making $10 an hour. You would be more educated, very much so. You would be very much more professional. And then it was in business. Oh, so you would have that on lock. You wouldn't even need a manager when it comes to that type of stuff. You would have a functioning business on the side that you're running. Besides these little quick get-rich schemes. That's what I call it. 1 minute you dipping in face cream. The next minute you have a clothing line you trying to overprice and sell out. Like you don't have anything you're passionate about that you stick to. And then you want to keep putting all these other things that you pay for to go to these events. So everyone can think you moving in a direction, you moving ahead and you moving up. But what you fail to realize, you being on a flyer, sweetheart, that's a downgrade. You say your husband didn't allow you to dress and do this and do that. No, he wanted you to be a wife, baby. He wanted you to not feel like you had to go in a club you're a mother of 4. You're not those influencers, IG models. You're supposed to be past that. You bigger than that. Who wants to go back to their younger years and sit in a club and do all that to make quick couple $1,000s when they could sit at home around their family and do it? Or they could promote something positive. But no, you want to go back to that life. Not to mention the person you're dating. That right there speaks a lot of who you are and how you feel about yourself. You didn't even weigh your options out. You jumped on the first opportunity that came along. And what you fail to realize, that's a downgrade. Nobody is looking at this situation that has a clear mind and common sense like this is an upgrade. And whoever cheers you on and say that, they just as much as a goofball as you are. I am Ashley D. I wish each and every one of you a happy, safe weekend as well. I will be talking to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.